Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a magical day. I got this really cool little shirt. I'll link it below so you guys can check out the Etsy designer who designed this. As you guys know, I'm actually an Ipsy creator, so every month I get the privilege of getting one of the glam bags. Look at how cute the design is this month. And I get to check out some of the products and create a look for you guys. So this time I wanted to do kind of a get ready with me and kind of share with you guys some really cool stuff that's been going on. So that's kind of how I'm going to walk you through these products. You can see all of the links to the items that I'm using below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so before I get into my makeup, I did get a couple skincare items from my glam bag. So starting off, I got this Glam & Glow sheet mask. Really excited to put this on because you guys know my slogan, a sheet mask a day, fill in the blank below. Yeah, this is a nice serum. It feels really nice and I love that it has pumpkin in it. All right, next I have the Avocado Honey Rich Water Balm Cream from Botanic Farm. Cool. Now we are all set. So what has been going on? My goodness. This whole last couple months has been super fun. It has been quite magical to say the least. As you guys know, some of you know, my parents were traveling, world traveling magicians. So the magic conversation has kind of been in my family for a long time as you know, as far as my brother and I kind of following suit. And tell me if you guys relate to this, but I mean, sometimes if your parents, you know, do something for a living and they also want you to follow their path, it can be a little bit almost something that you avoid and something you kind of just steer clear of because it's what they did. So whether that's a doctor, a lawyer, you know, the family business, whatever that entails, sometimes individuals run the opposite direction. So I think that Derek and I definitely enjoy performing. And so clearly we are a byproduct of our parents. This is what I do for a living. And then Derek is a working actor and performer, voice actor, all of it. So it's no wonder that we would, of course, kind of come back to this. And growing up, Derek and I were always in different shows. I loved it when I was younger, and then it hit a point when I think I was about 16 that I finally just was like, you know, I don't know if I really want to do this. So I kind of started doing my own thing, and then now fast forward, it took about 10 or so years. No, even more. It took like 12 years before I kind of started, you know, well, it was when I moved out to LA, I think. Moved out to LA, started attending the Magic Castle more often. If you guys have not heard of the Magic Castle, or you have not been, it's so dope. It's basically, I describe it as, you can look it up online, but I describe it like the Haunted Mansion at Disney with cocktails and magic. So about 3 years ago, I started, no, that's not true. Whenever it was that I moved to LA, I started going to the Magic Castle more regularly. And that's when my wheels started turning and just being like, what am I doing? I could totally take the magic thing all the way.
With tap of a magic wand, Houdini is ready for the show. Magnificent.
So when I would go and I was just attending and visiting with some of my friends, I would just be seeing them all performing, and it would just make me think back to the times where I was on stage and that feeling. I don't know if any of you guys have been performers at all, but it's a very different energy from this setting, because I'm sitting here and there's a camera here and I have Nick who's filming me, and I love filming video. It's really fun, but there's a different set of energy when you're on stage and there's live audience waiting for you to deliver. it's a very, very special kind of anxiousness that I get that actually challenges me in the best way. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know if any of you guys have felt that. I know that it could be in any sort of dance competition, which I did grow up doing, or even almost in sports. I feel like it's something similar, like where you're nervous because there's people watching, and I never played team sports, so I don't really know. But that's my best way of kind of describing that feeling. It's like an anxiousness, but a good anxiousness. So I would see the performers up there and just kind of ponder on it, but again, just kind of have been avoiding it. And then about 2 years ago was when I started picking up some tricks from the magic shop and having my dad kind of coach me through a couple different tricks that I could do. So maybe some of you have seen, I do like a trick with lipstick, and then I have a couple other tricks that I can do, in person. But I haven't really taken it fully seriously until I got to be a part of one of the biggest shows I've ever been a part of to date. It was for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and basically a friend of mine, his name is John George, he got asked to do a couple-hour show for Make-A-Wish, and one of the wishes, well, he did a full show, but then one of the wishes that one of their beneficiaries was from a little girl named Victoria, and she is now 5 years old, and her wish was to fly on a magic carpet with a princess. So, just side note, there's a lot of Disney legalities, so we had to say Arabian princess and not, because technically it wasn't an a Disney approved Jasmine. It's a whole thing. But also, side note, my brother was Aladdin at Disney World. So when I got the call from this magician, he said, hey, I need to do this illusion where I basically, take a woman who is an Arabian princess and have her fly on a magic carpet with this little girl named Tori. She's 5 years old. And so it's gonna be like a whole production, and your name came up from another magician, and they think that you would be the perfect Jasmine. So Arabian Princess Jasmine. It's very confusing. All that to say, I get a call. I'm actually at Gen Beauty New York when I get the call, and it was basically like, hey, we want you to play this part, blah blah blah, and I was so excited. Little did they know, though, at the time, that my brother had been Aladdin at Disney. So I said, you guys, it would be a crime to not have my brother be in this show with me. He needs to be, right there with me. He knows all of the lingo. He's such a great performer. We have to do this together. So they got kind of like the 2-for-1, essentially, because Derek and I just love to collaborate. You guys saw him in my last Halloween video. He helped me write that entire concept, by the way. I lean on my brother so much for editing, for writing. He is just a renaissance man. Like, he literally can do it all. He's an actor, a performer, he can do voiceover. He's done voiceovers on my channel before.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Benefit Cosmetics star of the show, Lynette, magician extraordinaire.
And just an all-around creative. So I was like, you guys, it would be a crime. He has to be in the show with me. So they were like, are you serious? That's the best news ever. So it was just all supposed to happen. I truly believe it was a divine thing. And then my dad was asked to come out and help light the entire show, because my dad used to tour with one of the biggest magicians in the world as well. And so he knows lighting and all of that. So it was the best thing, because it was like a family biz. So it brought all of us together.
I have traveled from afar just to meet you. I have something amazing to show you. You're gonna love it.
So now the gig is up, guys. Like, I got totally bit by the magic bug. So I wanted to kind of relay this to you guys, because if you guys follow me on Instagram, I've kind of been talking about this too, but I want to keep you guys in the loop. So I want you guys to kind of see this journey unfold. It's kind of exciting, and I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm taking this a lot more seriously. We actually have a meeting coming up this week, and we're going to be getting some magicians together to just talk about how Corey and I can get the act together, go on the road, come see you guys. When I say I want to, like, I had a dream last night, by the way, that that Corey and I were on tour, and we were going from city to city, and we were able to just meet a bunch of, not only you guys, but just people we had never met. So it's all happening, all the visions, you guys. We set some intentions last night. It was a new moon, so we're taking it super serious. It's gonna be a blast. So I'm gonna use this eyeliner that I also got in my glam bag on this guy. All right, and this brush also came in my glam bag. So lately I've been doing this cool, like, kind of winged eyeliner look, but instead of with black, I've been using more of, it's perfect that I got this in my glam bag, because it's more of like this is that 2 pearl brown. So, and then I kind of just soften the line here, and then I go over it with shadow. So that way when you have your black mascara and the lashes, it just looks really nice and smooth. There's my extension hanging out. So what about you guys? I want to hear from you. Are you guys into the magic thing? Does this sound absolutely crazy to you? Because to me, it's my normal, that I grew up watching my parents on stage performing and doing magic. And I realized that that's not normal. And so it's kind of funny to grow up and now be, geez, almost 32 years old, and realize the way that I grew up is not typical. And I need to run with it. I need to run with it, people. So the weekend before I had the Make-A-Wish thing, Corey had his show. He had it was gala season, so he also did a show. So now that it was kind of perfect that we both had these experiences, really shining in the ways that I think we need to be, it just has prompted an entirely new energy within each of us to start taking this seriously and start really planning ahead for what our show can look like and how we can basically make a magical musical. So you guys have heard some of his music. It's so fun, and if that was also very entertaining and magic was happening within the act, I mean, that's a blast. So that's what we're working on, so you guys can kind of know. So yeah, it's interesting to go through, the last couple years have been a time of really growing a lot. Oh my goodness, have we grown so much just as individuals, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And so I think you guys have heard me talk about this. I talked about this in a different video, but the hero's journey. Every single one of us have a different one, and it always looks different for everybody. But once you can kind of see how it's all unfolding, you can really see yourself as the hero in your own journey. Let me just give you an example. Okay, Elizabeth Gilbert, she wrote a book called Big Magic, and she also wrote a book called, I'm sure you've heard of it, Eat, Pray, Love. Well, she's just an author, and what I mean by just, I don't mean like she's just that, she's incredible. But her book was New York Times bestseller, and then they made a movie about it, and Julia Roberts got to play her. So a leading lady got to play this author. That's how I started having to see myself. And so sometimes in your journey, you can play very small. You end up just kind of thinking of yourself and just not seeing yourself as like Wonder Woman or these like leading ladies. So it took me a little bit of time to grow and evolve and start seeing myself as almost even worthy of feeling like, you know, that I have a story to share with the world and that it's something that people actually want to see and experience with me. But especially in this business, being on camera all the time, just being, especially a woman on camera, that's kind of like, I don't know. I'm not like the sexy girl that's kind of like, oh, hey, look at me. That's just not my personality. So it's always been a struggle for me to kind of grow into myself as I get older, especially, and have kind of, you know, now gotten into my 30s. So a lot, when I say in that last video, one of my last videos, that I've been going through a major transformation, you guys, I mean it. But I really feel like I'm starting to see how I can blend all of it and not have to choose between this or that, and rather, yes, and. So it can be this and that. So I encourage all of you guys to just go back to the drawing board. You know, the world tries to tell you sometimes that you have to pick, you have to do one thing, but I want to do makeup, I want to do magic, I want to do music with Corey, I want to do all of that. How can we make that work? The highlighter I'm using is also from my glam bag. There's a quote that says, all in due time, and that I do believe. I think as creative types, we like to see things happen like really fast, especially in the day and age we live in today. But sometimes good things take time. I'm gonna pop on some lashes here. These are in the style Farrah number 12. And then I'm gonna use the front part and actually put that on the end so that it's just the edge that kind of comes out. See? The wing like that. I got this Twisted Kisses matte lip pencil, Kiss Me Twice. The next item I got is from Huda Beauty. It's their lip strobe in Fearless. And I actually am not normally a lip gloss person, but I really like this one a lot. Then I got this blush from Tarte, and this is also a really universal shade, goes with most different skin tones, I would imagine. Then the very last item I got is this dry shampoo, and I am very lazy when it comes to washing my hair, so I really like a good dry shampoo, and this one's great. And then, of course, you can't have any sort of magical look like this without a black hat. There we go. Now she's ready. All right, you guys, so that is it for this video. Thank you for listening to all this crazy shenanigans that's going on. It's so much fun, though. I hope you guys enjoyed me kind of giving you a little bit more insight of what's been going on. Thank you again to Ipsy and our brand partners for all of the products that I got to check out in this video. And I love you guys. Make it a magical day. It is if you say so. So look for, like I said on my Instagram bio, Seeker of Everyday Magic. If you look for it, you can find it. It's out there. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.